can save you from this misery. When is love ever meant to be? Who has ever found a true love? It's a true love and even made it for me. When can save you from this misery? When is love ever good for me? Does a true love ever cross the line? As these lines were not made for me. I had a lover, I did, yeah. As I treated her like she was a kid, I pushed her away from me. I did, but she needed me to give what I could give. I am so sorry, can't save you from this misery. When it isn't love ever meant to be. Who has ever found a true love? It's true love even made it for me. When it can save me from this misery. When it isn't love ever good for me. Does a true love ever cross the line? As these lines were not made for me. I found another, I did. As I treated her like she was the queen, I crossed it over the line. I did. As I found out I had been deceived. I am so sorry, yeah. None can save you from this misery. When it isn't love ever meant to be. Who has ever found a true love? Is a true love that even made it for me? None can save you from this misery. When it isn't love ever good for me? Does a true love ever cross the line? As these lines were not made for me. None can save you from this misery. When it isn't love ever meant to be. Who has ever found a true love? This true love even made it for me. I am so sorry, can't save you from this misery. When it isn't love ever good for me. Does a true love ever cross the line? As these lines were not made for me. None can save you from this misery. When it isn't love ever meant to be. Who has ever found a true love? I am so sorry, yeah. Everybody can stop, but we never see you flexing on your true enemy. Hey, I forgive myself for what I've learned to do to you. Now I'm more dependent on the ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. I call upon the spirit of the beast sleeping inside our people to awaken. I call for the spirit of warfare to come sit upon the south side. Hey, I forgive myself for what I've learned to do to you. No more dependent on a ghost to do what I needed to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. All of your tricks, all of your schemes, evil dreams, and all of your lies, all of your murder, my people in the scheme of things just seems to be buying us time. Time to repair, prepare, and shake this irrational fear of you. Time for us to shave our hair to prepare Every What's up, everybody? Hope you can hear me fine. Let me see. Yeah, kinda looks like a shadow ban. But whatever, who cares? All right, so today we are on the topic of how we as black men need to fix ourselves, you know, nobody else is going to care. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a crap, you know. We are on our own, you know. It's cool when people have horrible things to say about you perpetually and erroneously. You know, I can see if the things were correct that people were saying, but for the most part, it's not really true. Not really true. We are not deadbeats in general. We are not highly criminalistic in general. You know? Sure, there are some dirtbags among us, as always, but it's not something, you know, it's our fault. We live in the United States, so there's that. We have evil things created around us for very specific purposes, and I believe most of you know why. We're dealing with some very demonic individuals that have nothing better to do with their time than to, you know, cause death and destruction amongst us as men, you know. But like I said, we're on our own.
See, I got some girls trying to pull up.
Girls don't excite me, money does.
Why'd you come on?
I said girls don't excite me, money does. Now, you might get excited when you see a girl with some nice hips, but me, I get excited when I see $1 with some blue strips. Now, unless them girls got dollars with blue strips, suburb baby ain't going. I think I'm short 10,000. God damn it. The hell is you laughing for? Fool, you broke. The hell is so funny about having no money, huh? Tell me, what the hell is so funny about having no money? It ain't shit funny about having no money. So what the f is you laughing for, huh? The fact that you so broke is a joke, is that what you find funny? You disgust me, dog. Disgust me. All that scrolling you do. You see, your problem is you over here chasing girls, and it's not giving you enough time to chase the money. Now, yes, if you chase the money, you won't have enough time to chase girls either. But when you chase the money and you get the money, you don't need time to chase girls. Because girls like boys with money, and if you got the money, girls gonna like you, and girls gonna find time to chase you.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Chasing girls will only get you girls, but chasing money will get you money and girls. Both ways you only chasing one thing, but only one way do you get both things from only chasing one thing, and that's the money.
Now we have that. We cannot build anything without money, okay? We gotta get some of that by whatever means we can, without going to jail, okay? So forget all of that going to jail business. What in the world? Let's see my microphone. Okay. Alright. Why is my folder not back on the screen? What the crap, man? Okay, we're gonna start. This is kind of sad, because, you know, we don't want to get on here and make fun of people's pain. I know they make fun of our pain, but we don't have to stoop to their disgusting levels, okay? You know, they laugh at us when we be shot in the streets and deleted and junk. They like it, they think it's funny, you know? But we're gonna start out with this, okay? We're gonna start out with the pain. Here we go.
You want me to be honest? I'm angry. I'm mad. I'm fuming. I'm on fire. I'm mad because I care more about you than you care about me, and that's how it's always fucking gone! I'm tired of it. I'm mad. I'm angry. I'm tired of feeling so much. I'm tired of being in my head. I hate it. I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm angry. And no matter how much I try to let go of it and give it to God, it's still so heavy. I feel hopeless. I feel humiliated. I'm embarrassed. I'm confused. And I can't ask for help. I'm over it, bro. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. Sick of this. I don't want to feel anymore. Feeling's what's supposed to make somebody a person. And I don't even want to feel anymore. I'm just done. I'm done.
So, here we have this pretty young girl right here, man. Like,
she should be having it all. Should be, in a good way. Okay? She should be having it all. Now, I'm sad she's on the internet, front crying into the camera. You know, I'm sad she's doing that, but this is what people do in this day. They treat the internet like the diary. They tell all the personal biz. And, it's crazy, but this is what they do. And this is what she's saying. She's pretty much tired of everything. How the relationship scene is going. How these guys don't really care anymore. And what it's doing, it's this foolery that's going on where other females get on the internet and say, hey, well, you should treat him like, you don't really care. So, he might feel like he needs to do a little bit more to get, the best of you, while you give the rest of you to other individuals. That may work for some, but it does not work for most. And we have seen that. It does not work. A couple of days ago, I did a video about Frankensteining, okay? Where you got the Frankenstein monster that's created from a bunch of other, dead bodies. And, they put a brain inside the head and, they use the lightning to shock it into life, okay? That's the idea that women, do to us in this day. Instead of them just being with one man, they're thinking, oh, we're competing against you, so we're going to do what you do. We're not the same. Your biology and psychology are linked. And as a woman, you cannot be out here, spreading yourself around like that. Because it does something to your brain, to your mind, to your mental functions and capacity. Okay? Is it good that men in general do it? No, it's not. And most men do not. So, but the whole idea behind this is that you get the bad advice from these crazy female individuals that tell these young women to do this crazy junk, and they get bad results from it. And if they themselves are not getting the bad results, it's causing the relationship society as a whole to go through a negatively transformative situation where, since there's so much of this foolery going on, so many of us are being hurt by it, we just blanket everybody and generalize everybody, because that's what it seems like is going on. And only a very small percent of individuals are speaking against this behavior. Okay? So, we're all out here projecting this horrible ideal onto sometimes seemingly good individuals. Now, maybe this girl, we were just looking at, this girl right here. Maybe she was one of the good ones. Okay? Maybe she was really trying. Maybe she, she's not like these hyenas out here. But she probably got with one of these dudes who's being run over one too many times. And he just said, to hell with it. I'm treating all the females like they jump offs, Because you know what? What happens? When I give my all, what happens? I get trashed. When I actually love the woman, I get called sensitive. I'm soft. Wooty woot. When I actually got feelings and junk, you stomp on them. And then be cheating on me with the guy from up the street who couldn't give a damn about you. That's what we get. And this is why these young dudes and these other dudes are behaving like this. They call it the nonchalant way, where we act like we don't have feelings. Truthfully speaking, it's not that we're acting. Just you killed it. You know, people can only take so much, and this is what we're seeing in this young woman. It's sad. I'm sad for this young woman right here. She had to go through that, but this is what happens when you do foolery. Okay, and we got another video. Well, the pain.
That's why you can't just have one nigga, because one can't satisfy.
Oh, that's not the pain. Hold on. Here it is. The pain.
Why you go through her phone? You told you don't go through the phone. Told you don't go through the phone.
Now, here we have this man. Okay. We have this I'll say young, pretty young man, laying on the floor, rolling around, looking crazy at work. You know why? Because he was probably out drinking, the day before, after he went through his woman's phone or his wife's phone or whatever. And you should. You should. Okay? Went through the phone. Decided he was not able to deal with the pain. Got drunk. Came into work. Still messed up about it. And hungover too. And he just crying and carrying on. I understand, bro. I've been there. I have been there. Ugh. I encourage every man to hop through that woman's phone. If you got one, go on and go through there. Yeah. Because these individuals in this era seem to think that because no matter what you do in a relationship, that, there's never any true, what do you call it? Any true honesty. There's always supposed to be secrets. And truthfully, there's not. When you're in a relationship, you're supposed to be forthcoming. Okay? Not supposed to be out here doing whatever the hell you want. Okay? I'm on Twitter and I'm seeing a video today of this man, shooting, another guy that his woman is dealing with. Now, I'm never going to condone cheating. That's for cowards. Have I done it before? Absolutely. Have the women that I've dealt with before done it? Absolutely. Okay? It's cowardly either way. If you're not willing to go forward with that person that you're with and they are not, treating you like they should, they're not doing right by you, you need to leave that person. Do not cheat. That is cowardly. That's what cowards do. That's what weak people do. Do not be weak. Okay? You say what it is that you want in the beginning, and if they do not give you that, walk. Peace. Goodbye. Straight like that. Okay? Now, this man was blowing all his ammunition out on this sad young man. Old buddy was angry. His woman there trying to hold him back, keep him from, shooting the man more, but it wasn't working. You a woman, you're not gonna stop any man from doing anything. You don't have the power, especially when he's enraged. Okay? If that man survived, I'm amazed. He probably will be handicapped forever. But you should never really go after the man in these situations unless dude is in your house around your kids, okay, and he knew about you. Now, these dudes that get out here and do this stuff are stupid. They're insanely stupid. Because why would you walk up in another man's house and you know? Me, as a man, my senses are very high. I can tell when people are around. When I go do work at other people's houses, I can tell, if there's a man that lives there. Whether I see his clothes or not, you can smell the individual. You can sense the individual spirit around you. Okay. Anywhere we live, we leave bits and parts of our spirit in the environment. So you can tell. So I'm just gonna say, a lot of these dudes know these females are dealing with these men. Okay. And these days, they don't even really be lying too much about it, because we can tell when the women are lying. They'll just be like, "Oh, I got it, man." Oh, what they got to do with me? I got it, man. You're not trying to hear that, see? But that's an old song from the 80s. But yeah. They'll say it. Yeah, I got it, man. But you don't gotta know. Wooty woo. Next thing you know, they texting each other, sending locations and junk, meeting up at hotels, meeting up in the car somewhere, meeting up at a park somewhere. Then one day she's like, to hell with it. Just come over to the house. He not gonna be back till 12 o'clock tonight. He at work. He working the late shift. Whoop-de-whoop. He come on over there. You decide to go home early. What do you find? Nigga man all up in your house with the kids in the other room. And your wife in there acting like he lived there. Okay? These are deadly situations. Okay, we gotta stop this cheating and whoring around, man. This is freaking stupid. Like, I won't even say this is what children do. This is just cowardly. This is freaking cowardly. Cheating is cowardly. It is for cowards. You are a weak individual. You out here doing it. If you do not have the strength and internal fortitude to demand and speak what it is that you want and need, and for a relationship that you're going to be in from the very beginning, you don't need to be in a relationship, and nobody should take you serious at all. Because these relationships in this day are 100% liability. You never know what people, especially, I won't say the men so much, because most men are not really liars like that. You got some. Most men are not cheaters. You have some, okay? Most men do not want trouble in relationships. Why? Because that destroys your peace. And most of us want peace. Okay? So why would we sabotage our own home and good feeling for foolery? Most of us are not gonna do that. It's just a couple of us retards that want to do it. And we see the end result, which is, this guy crying on the floor because he went through the phone. No. Am I saying do not go through the phone? Absolutely not. You should go through the phone. You should always know who it is that you're dealing with. Why? Because numerous of us men have gone to graves. We were not violent. We were not harmful. We were not doing anything out of the ordinary. Going to work, coming back home to the kids, doing what we need to do. You know, shopping here and there. Church every now and again. But the woman, she secretly got the dude on the other side of town that she want to be with for real. But she don't just want to walk away. She want you to not exist anymore. So she calls the hitman. You understand? These things happen all the time. You fool around, be in your own house, your woman dealing with another man, guess what happens? If she's physical with that dude and he strong enough to get in her head like that, because once that DNA is in her body, it's over. She's liable to do anything with this dude, for this dude, okay? But cheating is treacherous. And so are the people that do it. Don't be like that. Cowards. But yeah, all this ties into us having to build ourselves again, because obviously there's something we're missing. There's something we're missing. It has to be. So those two were the pain. Yeah, that was the pain. And we're gonna introduce some logic in here. Let's see. Put some logic in here. There you go.
See how much they can get out your ass. And
Just like a nigga.
And sometimes, just like a nigga.
Just like a nigga.
I'm
So y'all means y'all babies out here.
No. We're made what?
That means y'all minds is like babies out here. Y'all
Okay,
kids
well,
out here.
you know what? If that's what you say, that's fine. But let's go to the beginning of time. All this shit was fine and dandy till y'all came. Oh, you don't know the story?
So
nigga?
before
No. Listen. I done told you this before. Let me just get this out. Everything was fine and dandy if you're spiritual, right? Everything was fine and dandy till y'all came. 1. 2, y'all always want to call us dogs, right? Nigga, a dog is the most loyalist animal, nigga, on this goddamn planet if you treat that nigga right. So, that's a dumbass analogy right there. Now, guess what? Are there some real fucked up ass niggas out here? Hell yeah. But you know what? If you really want to look at it, bitches will do shit to niggas. Like, me and you could be in love, and if you're hurt, you will take it to limits that I won't. As a man, I won't do certain shit. Y'all motherfuckers fucked up. Like, how many niggas you know call the police on a bitch? The bitch could beat him up. The bitch could flatten his tires. The bitch could fucking throw bricks through his goddamn window. All type of shit. Fuck up the nigga all type of money. How many niggas you know will pick up the phone and dial 911 and call the police and get his baby mama or his girlfriend arrested? Oh, now let's put the shoe on the other foot since you talking about niggas think like babies. You could love that nigga, right? That nigga could be taking care of your kids and everything. But if you feel played in some type of way, in that split second, you will fuck up that man's life. Because guess what? He gonna go to jail. Then now it takes money to get him out. And Lord, let's hope his goddamn attendance is up at work. Because Lord forbid he miss one more day, he losing that $22 an hour job. And that's what your ass just caused because you in your feelings. So really and truly, get your shit right. Because when you come to talk to me about the sexist, and I'm not even saying this because I'm a man. This is just proven facts. Y'all don't think logically. Y'all are emotional creatures. You let your feelings make decisions for you. And your feelings will steer you fucking wrong, nigga. Guess what? If you was the president, right? Let me show you why it's gonna be hard for a woman president. Like that day when Fatty left that meat out there, you was happy before that. The minute you saw that shit, your whole mood changed, and it was, I ain't have nothing to do with that. But you was like, fuck me too. So guess what? The minute you feel some type of way, fuck Kim Jong-un, nigga. Let's bomb their ass. Because you're emotional. So don't listen here. Don't sit here and talk about men and women. It's the niggas you fucking attract. What you really need to realize, this world is energy. It's vibes. It's waves. Nigga, the people that come into your life is the motherfuckers you attract into your life. And that's why I tell you, you need to change your motherfucking thought process. Look at the shit you watch on TV. Do you watch anybody having no positive relationships and shit like that? No, you watch a bunch of drama on fucking TV. Nigga, you're bringing that shit into your life. That's what comes into your life. The eyes are the window to the soul. The ears are the window to the soul. Look at the shit you constantly watch. Look at the shit you constantly listen to. And guess what? You can't say that ain't the type of niggas that you get in your life. The same type of shit you watch on TV. Oh, they trifling ass. That's the niggas you get.
Okay, now take your ass to bed. Nigga, why is you looking like that?
Because, nigga, what you got to say?
I don't have no rebuttal for you.
I want a rebuttal.
I don't have a rebuttal.
Yeah, you can't.
So what?
Now, this man is obviously a truck driver. I know that. Background. That's my background too. I drive trucks, you know, sometimes here and there. And I'm in between jobs. I'll do that. But this man spoke nothing but facts, okay? When women get in their feelings, they do the most debaucherous, irrational, demonically evil, nonsensical, imbalanced stuff. People like to say, oh, well, these people don't want a woman, you know, to be the president. What's up, Mo Stacks Productions? Yeah, people don't want, you know, they don't want, it's not that we do not want a woman president. No. It's not that. Not every civilization and nation can produce the type of women that are rationally sound and psychologically stable. Okay? The United States does not produce mentally stable and psychologically sound individuals. We produce psychopaths. Okay? We produce serial deleters. Okay? United States and Britain, England and all of them areas, that is where psychopaths and, you know, these people come from. Well, if you look at it, England, the UK, all of that area, those people were shipped over here. And, you know, so basically, these Caucasian areas is what creates all of these psychopaths and all this thing. Then you import that junk over here. Now we got a massive, you know, outpouring of that type psychological situation. And what types of women does that create? You think you got a nation full of psychopaths and your women are going to be, you know, upright, highly motivated, righteously standing? No, they're not. They're going to be psychopaths too. Okay. No. He was absolutely right. He was absolutely right. You know, I have been extremely hurt by a female in my life. And still to this day, I don't hate the woman, you know. But when I described the things that she was doing, okay, she can't take it. Why you gotta remember the past, nigga? The past is very much present. It's easy to forget the past when, yeah, that was 10 years ago and I literally changed my ways. But if the junk you was doing, you just freaking stopped maybe 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago, and you still dealing with the individuals on the low. Like, nigga, you have not changed. You still the same person. You understand? So there's things I will not do. Certain things I will not do. Okay? I've been married before and had the woman bring other dudes to the freaking house. And they knew they had something going on. You gonna bring this nigga to my house? Are you serious? They do anything. When they start getting in here, no. These feels, what do you call it? Just the illogical, using feelings as a meter for everything in righteousness. So he was basically saying, not everything you feel is real. And this is one of the things I say to, females all the time. They'll try to say, oh, you're invalidating my feelings. No, I'm trying to get you to properly compartmentalize your feelings. Okay? I could logically say that in this day and age, all women hate men. That could be a very logical statement, because when you look around and you listen to social media, 9 out of 10 women are spouting this male hate nonsense. Okay? To the point where they're calling for male deletions. Okay? This is a real thing. So I would be logical and perfectly sound and just in my assumption and my feeling of that all women hate men, period. But do I know that to be an absolute truth? Is not an absolute truth. So I would never say that. Okay? So I know that I may feel that way inside, but I know there's a woman right across the street that if I asked, hey, could I, get a hug? I'm feeling kind of down. She'd be like, hey, anytime. Hoochie woo. Hey, man, I kind of ran out of gas. Could you throw me like 20 until I get paid? I give it back. Yeah, I got you. Okay. Never a hateful word toward me about me needing a hug. I'm not sensitive. I'm not sassy. I'm not Rainbow Man because I need a hug. None of that. I'm just a human being. So that lets me know that not all women are hating on men. So I would never say that. Okay? So we know that our feelings do not rule us as men. We know our feelings don't rule us. And they should not, because you make horrible decisions when you're in your feelings. And this is why men should never be stuck up in their feelings. If you feel in a certain way somebody doing you wrong, go be distracted by something else. Because once you get in your feelings, you're going to keep thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. And if you're crazy enough, you got enough might in you to do something about it, you're going to be like my man on Twitter, who was shooting up old buddy outside because he was dealing with his woman. And that dude probably didn't even know that he had a man. She probably didn't even tell him. Dude probably lost his life for no reason. Okay? Forget that. Don't be dying for no hoe. Absolutely not. They want to be out here with everybody. Let them be out here with everybody. You just be out of the scene. To hell with that. Here's some more logic.
If the devil can get you to fall in love with a demon, he can distract, delay, and misguide you for a good amount of time. For however long you are under that spell, thinking that you're in love, thinking that you found the one. But if the devil can get you to marry a demon, come into covenant with a demon, have babies by a demon, he may just be able to distract you from your purpose completely. A lot of y'all are married to demons. A lot of y'all are in relationships with demons. A lot of y'all have had children by demons. That's why you can't seem to satisfy these damn people. Even when you do what they want you to do, it's still an issue. When you write, it's an argument. When they write, it's an argument. When you admit you're wrong, it's still an argument. Nothing ever satisfies them because they don't want to be satisfied. They were sent. They were anointed to frustrate you, aggravate you, and keep you in a state of constant stagnation and confusion. They know exactly who you are in God. They just hope that you don't know. If they can get you to lose your damn mind, you will never walk in who God called you to be. And that is exactly what they want. They want to know what you're praying about. They want to know your plans. They want to know your spiritual gifts. They want to know your weaknesses. And when you are married to them or when you are with them, they will get all of these things and they will learn them to specifically devise a plan to attack you and destroy you. Use your discernment with the people that you invest in. You have to. Your soul depends on it.
Most of us have kids. We do. And most of us have kids with individuals that obviously we are no longer with if we were with them in the first place. Some of us, because some of the individuals we dealt with were not upfront about what they had going on and who they really were. So now we're single parents. Okay? That's some of our situation. Alright? Now, I have dealt with this numerous times where you get with these females and they always want to have you in some type of situation where you're bowing to them. Like, worship me. You know, I need you to do whatever I say, but you still need to be a man too. But nigga, I know the Bible told us that men were not supposed to worship freaking women. We're not supposed to chase them. Okay? We're not supposed to chase women at all. In no way or fashion. That doesn't mean mistreat them. It does not mean, you know, talk bad about them, you know, and do them whatever kind of way. But chasing them? Nah. I have been that guy that chased a woman before. Stupidest thing you could ever do. Don't ever do it. If you have a kid, buy one of these unsavory females. You just already know you're in for 18 to 25 years of pain. Okay? If she survives that long, if you survive that long, okay, hope you do. But you're going to be in for a world of hurt and pain. Because rarely do demonic people ever let up on their evil. They always find a way to get into, you know, your peace to ruin you in some kind of a way. Okay? Once you have a kid, first of all, once you are physical with a woman, that's the first thing. Once you are physical with a woman, that's a marriage. Okay? Don't care what anybody says. There's a such thing as a word called consummation. Okay, hold on. Let's go on and look that up. Yeah, thank you, Mo. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you think that way. There's a word called consummation, where when the marriage license was created for black people, because we never needed marriage licenses before until white men in this country were marrying black women, and they wanted everybody to start registering their marriages so they could tell folks no, if it was an interracial one. So that's where we got the license from. And then on top of that, they introduced other governmental foolery on top of that. Okay. But you can get a paper marriage and it's just you married on paper. But they will ask you, did you consummate the marriage? Consummate means, did you join buddies and did the man leave his DNA inside the woman? Okay, that's what makes you one. Because once that man releases that DNA, there's no going back. That's the marriage. Okay, two become one. My DNA, her body. Changes her body, changes her brain, changes her thought process. She's my person. Okay, that's what it is. Now, if you decide you want to be with these individuals and make a human being, you got to know if the parent, the woman that you're creating this kid with, has all of these problems, and you messed up for wanting to be with her, so you got problems too. 9 times out of 10, your kid's gonna be messed up. This is where we get these YNs from. This is where we get them. And then if you don't stay with the woman, you don't stick around and at least try to be in the house with her and raise the kid right. Okay. Now they got missing father syndrome, and you need your father in the house with mama daily. It's just something you need. We all needed it. I needed mine. He wasn't there. He was on crack. Okay? So, there's that. But when you have the missing parent, and both of you have problems, you're only going to exacerbate or magnify the creation of what could be the bad person. Okay? You can mitigate it or make it, basically make it softer by staying around and trying to correct your ways in front of the child. Okay? But most of us do not do that. Okay? Dudes that fights to keep their families together, we're called weak. We're called soft. Oh, why you crying? Why you sad? Why you sad about, getting divorced? Woo woo. I'm about to live my best life. That's what they be doing at divorce court in the lawyer office. I got some slides where this female was in the lawyer office signing the divorce papers. Husband sad, cause he actually cared. Wife don't give a crap. She don't. She says, I'm leaving my ex to be the baby mama. I'm about to live my best life. And we know what them about to live their best life means. They about to be in the streets, hoeing and showing. Okay? Do not have kids with these individuals. I would say do not even touch them. Because we know what that leads to. And it's just ruin after that. Just freaking ruin. But here is prime example of why you should be on guard. Here you go.
I know the troll's gonna come for me when I say this, but I don't have any kids yet. But mathematically, when I was doing the calculations, instead of having 5 kids by one man, it's more it's more financially beneficial for me to have 5 kids by 5 different men, especially in Texas, because there's a limit on how much child support you can get. So So I'll make sure I have 5 different kids by 5 different men and make sure that they earn at least the max amount, you know, so I can get the max amount of child support every month from each child's father. Clocky. And I need 5 baby daddies so I can have 5 different men to look out for me, so I don't have to keep keeping my motherfucking head on the motherfucking swivel every time I come from the wall.
If you are not utterly freaking disgusted, hold on. Look at this. Trigger warning. The trolls and dusties gonna be mad. Do not hate the player, hate the game. Now, did we just say these females hop on camera and talk to these cameras like they used to write in these diary books that they used to keep, you know, ever so long ago? I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember when women kept diaries and they had locks on them. And your little brother would be sitting there with the hairpin trying to pick that lock so he could read your secrets and how you been really feeling, you know. But the cell phone, this is the new diary, okay? That front camera, that is their gateway to, you know, so-called empowerment and feeling better. Tell the entire planet what you decide to do. Then when people are revolted by your insanity and your delusion, you got a problem with it. This is bullcrap. This woman is sitting here saying, hey, let me go get 5 male individuals so I can control them into being my, you know, living errand man, or living do boys like we used to call them in the 90s. When we look at the Stefan Diggs guy, okay? Stefan Diggs. What did he do really? What did Stefan Diggs really do with himself? What did he do to himself? With all of those women. Okay? What did he really do? Once you give your DNA to that woman, it's no longer in your power. Okay? This is why you're supposed to know the woman that you deal with has the heart of the Creator. It's connected to the Creator. Because evil is going to perpetuate evil forever. I don't care how beautiful they are. Okay? If a woman is evil and demonic inside, what's she going to do? She's going to perpetuate that. No matter what. Don't matter how much money you give her, no matter how many Bentleys or freaking Maseratis you got, no matter how many damn Lamborghinis you got, nigga. No many, what's them purses? Balenciaga stuff or Fendi stuffs you give, they still gonna be evil. Why? Because that's who they are. Okay? If you do not choose the woman that has the heart of the Creator, you're going to get with the demonic woman who's going to say, hey, let me find a way to control the man. That's one of the violations that women are not supposed to do. Always try to seek a way to control the man some way. And what do? We play Ahab. We let Jezebel rule us. Then when we start talking like Jehu, the one that came and kicked her out the damn window and took back his male control, now we're the enemy. Okay? Most of us were brought up to be Ahab. We bow to the women. We get on our knees and junk, be crying and carrying on. I did that. I did that foolery. I had to wake up, man. I had to. People, when they see you are strong in the body, but weak in the mind, they will let you do whatever it is that helps you, that helps them keep you under control, basically. Okay? They like when they got you under control. When Stephon Diggs passed his DNA to all of those women, he basically gave up all of his power. Now he got however many kids, what, 5 or 6? Okay? Then he lost the game. Then he lost the job, the football job that he just got. So now he got to go find another job. Now that he had a losing streak, who gonna hire him? They see he got these bad habits with all these women and carrying on. That's drama. That's time off from you practicing and junk. You messing up on your purpose. As a man, you're supposed to have a purpose. What's the point of being a man without a purpose? Is your purpose supposed to be is it supposed to be you out here holding around with a bunch of females every day and every night? That's not your purpose, man. But he gave his power away to the, Cardi B and all the rest of these mysterious individuals. And let's not get on Cardi B. Look at what she did in that. We already knew she's a streetwalker. We already knew she's a top-notch violator. Okay? Out here robbing men drugging them, stealing their junk, and then, SAing them with the Rainbow Man. How evil and demented is that? Yet, there is always somebody that will. Always, okay? Takeoff was that guy. No, not Takeoff. Offset. Yeah, Offset was that guy. Degenerates will attract other degenerates. It's disgusting. But it is what it is. I know the Bible says a wicked wife is worthy of a wicked husband, and vice versa. If you're a truly good person, there should be no way you end up with a demonic individual. And if you just so happen to, I pray the Creator gave you a way out. But wicked people tend to always end up with wicked people. They do. Look at how they did each other. You can't complain, because you're that. You attract what you are. Cardi B deserves an Offset. She did. Imagine all the men she harmed out there that she never spoke about. Imagine all the dudes she probably set up that probably lost their life. See, people bobbing and weaving to her songs and junk, but it's probably a couple of dudes in the grave because of Cardi B. And nobody will ever talk about it. Let me get online and say, hey, I used to, rob women and drug them up and and have some dude come in and essay him, it would be warfare on me. And we know this. This is how we know we're living in an evil society. Okay? Evil. It's demonic. Stephon Diggs did all of that foolery and gave away his power. So, basically, this young girl right here, she wants you. She's calling for, willing goofies to come out here and get in the line and give her 5 kids so she can put you on freaking child support for 18 to 24 years just so she can have 5 do boys that will always be on call for her dumbass needs. Absolutely not. I said we need to go through 20 years of childlessness. There need to be no more serious relationships. I hate it because I know some good people out here suffering. I know them personally. They suffering. Me too. But I don't give a damn. We need 20 years of no committing to nobody since niggas want to play. What you do is you find you somebody, if you know them before, all of this foolishness went around and they was the same good person, okay, you treat them wonderful. But the rest of everybody else can get the flame. I know you got a history of hoeing and being out here fooling good dudes over. Nope. Nope. No commitment for you. You free to be around the house though. You come around. If you got kids with them, okay, hey. You come around. You can be around. I got a couple of sleeping area for you. Your kid is here. We biological family. Through the kid, but ain't gonna be no signing documents with you. Cause forget that. Nobody's signing their name on no dotted line and jamming yourself up with the United States legal system over these individuals who can just pull some foolery like this. Like, she's planning to be a single mama. This is a plan. And what she do at the end? What she do? Let me see. What does she do? Dumbass hand gesture. What they be talking about clockage and such. It's funny how everything comes back. I remember my mom used to be saying that in the 90s. My mom used to say that all the time. Did you clock that? Whoop-de-whoop. Sure. Well, forget that. Look at this dumbass gesture she did. Yeah, there you go. What the hell is that? I know there's an idiot somewhere who's going to look at this woman and be like, yeah, you know what? I want to ruin my life and make a back-to-back kid with this goofball right here. So she can have me on beck and call whenever she wants something. Because guaranteed, she got 5 baby dads. I would not put it past her to have 5 or 6 more other dudes that be coming through, taking her through there, like they say, with the sexual junk. I guarantee you, you never put it past them. Do not give your power to these women. Do not do it. Once you have a kid with them, they have your power. You are at their beck and call. They have you under control. Only way to keep that under control is to not even deal with it. If you know they on bullcrap, stay away. This is where your manly discipline got to come in, because a lot of these females, they looking better and better. Okay? Some of us got to stay away from our kids' mamas, because we know they on bullcrap 24/7. Oh, let me get another one. Let's see. We did the paying. Well, did the female paying. Yeah, let's do the generational curse nonsense. Here you go.
That's why you can't just have one nigga. Because one can't satisfy everything you
did
do.
Listen when we
I did listen.
That's everything.
So now what? I got a hood nigga. That's gonna satisfy like the bad boy needs, you know? Like the fun, the living on the edge. Then you got your respectful, nice gentleman guy like the one we just got off the phone with.
Then you got your friend.
Then you got the one boy that's just always liked the dude, but you never got. You're supposed to have all different types of.
That's right.
Because you
need all those things to fulfill you. Because all those things make you.
Exactly.
This is hell. This is like generational trauma. This is generational curses. That I don't even know what else to call this. This is crazy. That you need all those things to fulfill you. Because all those things make you. You need multiple men because that's what you need to fulfill you. Because that's what makes you. Is what her grandmama just told her. I'm gonna say that again in case I lost you. She said you need all those things to fulfill you because all those things make you. In regards to being involved with multiple men romantically / sexually. I don't even know. Like, what do you even say to that? No, you can't say, "Oh, you hate women," bro. She said it. She said it. I didn't say it. These are the people y'all seeking wisdom from. In real life. These are the people y'all seeking wisdom from. And then you look at the comments, and all the women are like, "Yeah." That's a psyop. Like, what? I don't even know what to say. I'm genuinely speechless.
I have given up on the older generation because I have literally gone to older generation people and be like, "Hey, help." Niggas did not pick up the phone. I'm calling. They saying, "Hey, I'll talk to you on Saturday, on Sunday, whoop de whoop, I get off." Never heard from them 2 years later. Family members. Older men that I need their experience. You know? I need that. Because you know where I'm going. Or you know where I'm coming from. Because you saw me grow up. But you been where I've been before. Either they don't want to talk to you, or they do talk to you, and they tell you foolery. They tell you utter nonsense. They tell you garbage. This woman just hopped on here with her granddaughter and said, "Hey, hoeing is great. Because why? It makes you who you're going to be." And who is that? Who are you going to be? So, here you go. They want us to think that by them being out here with all these 24-inch and 12 and 15 and 17-inch dudes that got their junk swinging around their shoulders and they jumping rope with it, you know, they being all out here with them dudes, all in the Bentley, all in the Maseratis and junk, all freaking in Las Vegas, all in the horror hotels and junk, all effing around with football teams and niggas. You want me to take you after all of that, but then had one female try to punish me because I said, you know, dudes don't want to get married because we don't really get anything out of the marriage. The feminism gene activated hard and heavy for at least 2 months after that. Sending me screenshots of what I said. Oh, you said men don't get anything out of marriage. Nigga, you actively cheating right now. I was trying to marry your dumbass. What the hell would I get out of that? What? I'm supposed to help you if you got kids. I'm supposed to help you raise your horrible damn kids, deal with the plethora of individual males that you got coming out here talking about they your damn friends. They not your freaking friends. Ain't no man, no woman's friend for real. Ever. Only time that man is probably that woman's friend for real is if they grew up together. And that's rare. Because everybody's perverted in this era. Everybody. Kids included. Okay? If you're from the 80s, like me, 70s, 80s, sure, you could probably have a female friend. But we know, even then, that was kind of rare. Because when them hormones start kicking in about 12, 13, you looking at your friend different. So, there's that. But male and female friends that are true friends, rare. And if you got a woman that got all these male associates all the time claiming she working somewhere, she ain't no damn working. Not at all. Crap out of here. There is nothing we get out of a marriage today. Nothing. We don't get anything. Okay? They want to judge us all the time by the worst of us. No, I'm not going to receive the judgment for a nigga. I'm not receiving that. I'm not a nigga. I don't be in the street. It's not my place. I be in the lab. Okay? I don't do nigga stuff. So you're not going to give me nigga payments and nigga judgments. Crap out of here. Dude said he want a freaking wife. He wants somebody who, if I'm lightly used, okay, I want somebody lightly used. Because I'm not going to say I want somebody totally clean. Nah, I would save that for the people that's totally damn clean. I've been married before. You know, I went around 1 or 2 times, whoopty whoop. Ain't been out here a whole lot, but lightly used. Let me get somebody lightly used. Nah, they're gonna lie. They're gonna say, oh, I only had 4 boyfriends. I only had 5 boyfriends. Yeah, okay. Now, when they say stuff like that, you gotta break out your damn equation paper. So, this individual got how many male friends? 1,764. What she look like? What was she known for in school and college and junk? Ah, okay. Yeah. Round that by 100. Oh. Do they like to do the drugs and things, drinking and smoking and whatever? Oh, they like that? Times that by 100. Because if you like to do that, that means if you're a female and you like to, smoke that junk and drink that drink, you're gonna be with the dudes that got it. And if they got the drug and the drink, they got the money too. And if you a female and you kind of bummy and kind of a loser, you're gonna be smutting around with them for $1 or 2. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Crap out of here, man. It's horrible out here. There's nothing that you get out of a marriage. They tell you, oh, the kids, nigga. I hate to say it. Kids would even be worth it in a marriage. Why? Because studies have shown 70% of the kids being born to so-called relationships and marriages in this day are not by the father in the relationship. Okay? It's even higher than that in Africa. It's higher than that in the islands. DNA testing has been basically banned in Africa and the islands due to the insane amount of cheating going on. It's insane. It's freaking disgusting. I'm gonna do a show on that too. It's freaking disgusting. I get with a woman, I build myself up, get with a woman so I can build a freaking family and know that my family is mine and has my lineage, my DNA. Okay. But while I'm at work, you out here tipping off and bringing dummy niggas that have nothing else to do with their time to my house to drop off their loser DNA within you. Now I'm raising some loser's kid, thinking it's my kid. Nah, that is not a reward. No. You don't get a woman that's you know, in my case, I don't get a woman that's lightly used. I don't get a truthful woman. And then I possibly have to raise other people's kids. Not the kid that I know you got, but the kid you're gonna bring into our relationship unbeknownst to me. Put these together. What that form? That's form an L. If you're really looking crazy, that forms a gun. And that's what be happening when these females be out here doing this junk. Having these dudes raising other people's kids and junk and carrying on. Get freaking Swiss cheese, man. Nobody got time for it. Here you go. I'll give you some more man logic.
Watched a man provide a woman the world in search of a wife. He took all responsibilities off her plate. All she had to do was go to school, get the degree that she was passionate about, get a job that she wanted, and he said, cool, I'm gonna rock out, take care of everything. You ain't got to worry about shit. She graduated, got that degree, got a wild banging ass job, making $150 a year. This bitch turned around and left this man talking about some he needed to level up. Bitch, what? That man gave everything that he could have given his motherfucking self to you so that you could chase your motherfucking passion because he saw what you saw. He wanted to be with you. He wanted to fuck with you. He wanted to level you the fuck up. You had the nerve to graduate and leave that man talking about he needed to level up. I like to take vacations that he can't afford. Yes, bitch, because he wasted fucking 4 years taking care of you and your motherfucking kids so that you could go to school, so that you could get the job that you wanted. Why? Because as a man, he felt as it was his job to progress you, to help you. And you know what you decided to do? Leave him because he wasn't making enough money once you leveled up. This is what the fuck is wrong with the world right now. Women have this fucking delusional concept that the second they make $1 more, they the man. The second that they, in any way, shape, and form, have passed you in any motherfucking way, you no longer are a man in real time. Where on the other hand, men will literally give everything that they got. They bones, they sweat, they tears, everything to the woman in search of a wife. And they will turn around and give that man nothing in return of everything that he gave. I'm really trying to understand this shit. And then on top of that, they'll turn around and be like, oh, he was just intimidated because I'm a career-driven woman and I'm independent. and he want me to depend on. No, nobody's intimidated because you make. Motherfucker, if you making that money and I'm making money, bitch, we making money. But for some odd reason in women mind, when y'all make money, it's I made the money. My money, his money, our money. And what the fuck world does that shit work? Because if I'm looking for you to level up, I'm pushing for you to level up. And then in the end, all you doing is pushing me down. Please ask me, what the fuck am I out here fighting for? What the fuck you in search for? You chasing after this woman and that woman in search of whatever the fuck you in search of, just for that motherfucker to put you down in every fucking capacity whenever they feel free to do so. But then them same women will turn around and call men that just fuck bitches and keep it moving, oh, he a little boy. No, he's not. He has learned his motherfucking lesson, and he said, you know what? You ain't gonna take me to school again. I'ma fuck every single female that I run into, and I'ma keep it pushing. Why? I'ma use you as a fucking body. Because if I give my all to you and you give me nothing, I have just wasted so much time in my goddamn life that I could have given to myself that I can't get that shit back. And even by the time I do have the ability to say, yo, let me get back on my grind, let me get my shit back, my age done motherfucking fucked me up. My knees hurt because I've been working motherfucking non-stop 16 hours a day. Shit start getting real after a certain age, but people don't look at it like that. And then if you don't move the way that they want, you a fuckboy. Listen, this is the reason why I promote for men. Stay by yourself. Get your shit together. Get your shit right. If a female, you introduce somebody or whatever, you meet the female or whatever the case is, she has to step into your life. Never step into her life. My father told me this shit, rest in peace, that man. Never move in with a woman, ever. She can always move in with you. Because the second that you move in with her, that's when manipulation starts. It'll start subtle, but it'll start nonetheless. Get your shit right. Get your money right. Get your body right. Get your mind right. And then as you elevate, you bring women in. And they got to mold to your motherfucking life. Because anything outside of that, they gonna look at you like a little boy. Next thing you know, oh, he brokey. Next thing you know is, oh, he's sassy because he spoke his mind about some shit that was about to drive him over the edge. Listen, I'm about as confused as a motherfucking transgender. I swear to God. At this point, I'm just as confused. Because what the fuck do you mean? Stay single, dog.
Now, I know all too well about this. You give up your, what you think you should do. You make a sacrifice so the woman you dealing with can make an advance. You take care of things at the house. You don't work during the day, so she can do her thing. Take care of the kids during the day, take them to school, wooty whoop, come back to the house, cook, do all the cleaning and, the sewing and the washing and all that junk, take care of the yard, wooty whoop. Make dinner and all that stuff. I did that. Was it appreciated? No, not at all. Why? Same reason. When you're sacrificing to do things during a recession and you're already at a deficit anyway, you're living like poor people. We were kind of middle class, living like poor people, basically. Now, during the 2007 recession we had, gas prices were like $5 a gallon, $5 to $6 a gallon. In 2007, just like, about to be now. Okay. Gas prices were like that. Daycare was $700 a kid. I had 3 kids at the time. Okay. So, I had 3 young kids. There's no way you're going to be paying, you know, $2,000 or $2,100 for daycare. Then $1,000 for your house payment. $400 for your car payment. $300 for your insurance. Okay? You're not paying that during a recession on a one-person job. You know, you're not paying that. Had to do some things. I just said, hey, I'm fresh out the Marines. Let me just stick it on by the house and go to school. I'll go to class, get my degree and stuff straight. You know, take a class here and there until I got it. Meanwhile, the kid's mom, she's a teacher. You know, I work at nighttime doing, you know, food deliveries. During that time, you could make at least $200 to $300 in 2 days. Sometimes in a day. $200, especially with me having a military ID, I can go all over Fort Bragg. I can do whatever. I can, especially when it's pay time, everybody happy. You get $50 tips sometimes. Sometimes you go to rich white people's hotel rooms and they give you $100 tip. Just cause they happy. You know, maybe they had a couple of hoes in there, you know what I'm saying? they feeling like balling out to impress the girlies. I bet. Thank you, Mr. White Man, for your generous tip. You just paid my light bill real quick. Okay? So, I could pay half my mortgage in 2 or 3 days on Chinese food money during that time. Sound like my computer was overheated. Better not. But I could pay all kind of things with that. But people looked at it like, oh, he not working. Nigga, I work at night. I do what I can. Okay? I do what I can. No. Some people have traditional jobs. And they work whatever they can work. Oh, excuse me. And they pay whatever they can pay for their spouse, you know, to go to school and be able to take those classes and not have to work and do anything but, you know, be in school. I know plenty of people who did that, and it's a sacrifice. And many times it goes good, but many times it goes just like this. The woman will say, oh, well, I outgrew you, so, you know, I gotta level up. Because, you know, she listened to her mama, like the young girl listening to her grandmama talking about, you need to have you know, more than one man. Like, I dealt with that too when I was married. You know, you got the grandmama and the mama's talking about, oh, you need to keep you a pair and a spare. Keep a pair and a spare means keep you a pair of pants and then keep you a spare pair just in case your pair that you wearing gets messed up. That basically means keep you a man and then keep you a spare man. So, you looking at me effed up because I might look at a woman or two in public, but you got a whole dude that you talking to every goddamn day. The hell is this? No. No. Mm-mm. We cannot allow our kids, our young boys, to grow up in this foolery. We cannot. The more we get online and talk about our negative experiences, the more we sharpen each other and let each other know that it's all right. It's all right that you went through it, okay? You're not dumb because, you know, you got you got treated like an idiot by some female who thought you was worthless, okay? You're not dumb because you cared for this individual. You're not dumb because you loved this person. You're not. You're a human being. You had love for the person. You did what you had to do. You stayed. You stuck around for the kids. If you did that, commendable. If you left early, hey, that's commendable too. You had the heart to do it. But not everybody does. I know I didn't. In this era, I'm sad to say I will never be cool with endorsing relationships. I'm not cool with it. My kids are married and getting that way, and I praise them for that. But would I have told them to? No. Would I have suggested it? Nah. Cause what are they gonna get? If you're not running through a bunch of females, and you're not out here with a whole bunch of them, why would you want a woman who's run through? I'm just saying.
Leave that bitch. If you caught her cheating, it's over. You got to walk away. You got to let go, because if you hold on, it's going to destroy your motherfucking life. I promise you. Gentlemen, I just got off a consultation with a lady last night because I coach women on the side. And she's telling me how she's obsessed with this man. She loves this man. She can't get rid of the feeling. And all she can do is think about this motherfucker who don't mean her no good. But as time went on and we kept talking, I came to realize that the man that she's talking about is the man that she had an affair with on her fucking husband. She's in love with another man. She borderline stalking another man. And she is obsessed with another man while still being married to her husband. And both of them still live under the same household with the children. And the fucked up part about this whole equation is that the husband knows what the fuck is going on. But he doesn't have enough balls, he doesn't have enough self-respect, and he doesn't have enough self-love to walk away and leave that fucking woman alone. And if you are going through that right now, you cannot allow yourself to stay in that situation, because here's what you don't understand about women that I'm starting to understand by having conversations and working with them on a personal level. The physical act of cheating is the same. The sneaky shit is the same. We both do the same when it comes in that category. But the thought process behind it and how it's processed is totally fucking different. If your woman steps out on you, she starts talking to another man, and it leads to the point to where she actually fucks him, she's not in love with you no more, and she doesn't respect you as her man. She might respect you as a human individual, but she doesn't respect you as the primary man in her life. And when she gets to the point to where she actually physically cheats on you, it's fucking over, because a man has to get into her mind first. Her mind is gone. She's checked out of the relationship, and it's fucking over in her brain. In her brain, the relationship is over to her, even if it's not over in reality. And if you're in a position to where you're trying to fight for it or take her back, you're always going to be compared to the feeling that that next man gave her, which is why you need to have balls and walk the fuck away. They don't feel sorry, they aren't ashamed of their actions, and they have no empathy for how you feel, because if they have empathy for how you feel, it would have to cause them to supersede their own emotions and consider yours. And by the time it gets to that point, it's too fucking late. All you need to do is walk away.
Lived it. If they thought about you in the first place, they never would have been there in the first place. It goes back to all these females that got these damn dudes just hanging around. You always got a damn spare man somewhere just on speed dial. Why you always at these niggas' house? Why you always on the phone with this fool? Why can he call you at any given damn time and have access to you? Why? Why? Why can these random dudes call you on freaking FaceTime and be all up in your environmental business and junk, seeing what you got on and carrying on? Why? Hell no. Absolutely not. They'd be like, oh, you trying to control. You damn right. How can you protect something that you cannot control? See, there's two types of control. There's good control and there's bad control. Bad control, I control you so I can abuse you. Good control, I control you to keep you safe, to save you from you making a bad decision. Okay? These women want dudes that they don't want real men. They want dudes that are high with the sexual power, high with the money, low with the discipline, low with the male authority, low with the spiritual intuitiveness. Okay? They don't want you to have any discernment, because then you're gonna be knowing what the hell they doing and when they fooling around and if they, being deceptive. They don't want you being a disciplined man, because you're gonna be telling them no and junk when they doing stupid stuff, messing up everything for you. They don't want you to be what do you call it? They don't want you having standards, because then they got to do better. No. It's time we start to build ourselves as black men. Stop going along for the foolery. Like they got this new term. I'm not going. We ain't going for it. Stop going for it. Yes, they fine. Yes, the bodies be banging. But they're not for you. Okay? If any dude can get your woman, if any dude can come by and say some junk to your woman, and she all over there to his house holding hands in the car, taking pictures and making videos of this nigga, and you look through the phone, okay, no, she not the one. You need to pass that one on back to the streets. Okay? Kids or not. Raise your kid alone. Suck it up, suffer it up, and carry on. Because it's not worth going to jail. We can say we can deal with it, but there comes a time in your masculinity, in your male life, when you're gonna be like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of this female treating me like I'm some kind of bitch ass nigga. And you might crash out like old buddy on Twitter that just shot up the dude right in front of the woman. And I get it. I get it. I can imagine what was going through his head. You know what? I done told this woman, I don't know how many times, to quit freaking playing with me. Every time I turn around, it's a new dude. Every time I turn around, I'm giving you what it is that you need. I'm taking out the time to be with you, whoop, and you still out here hoeing, embarrassing me, making me look like an idiot. And that's another thing. One of the other reasons why you should never take a woman back when she's out here cheating around and doing all this whore ass nonsense is because she becomes a safety liability to you. Not only just an embarrassment. Anytime a woman has multiple men, having access to her sexually like that, she's highly mentally unstable. Males' DNA changes women's bodies, chemical makeup, and how your brain functions. It's a scientific fact. Okay? That's the only way you pair bond. How do you keep a family together for the upbringing of a child? You have to link them together chemically. That's what the male DNA is for. But when you got 15, 20, 70, 578, 780 goddamn 2,894 niggas DNA in your body and your brain, I don't think you ever would make a good decision. And that's where we are. No, man. No. Yes, we was walking around with the guns and junk. Sure, that's where we started. We was walking around with the guns talking about, no justice, no peace, whoopty whoop. Peace for Breonna Taylor. Peace for, the dude Steven Stiles. Peace for the people that got shot up down there, at the restaurant in Atlanta. We did that, sure. But in any revolution, what is the basis of any revolution? Okay? The feds know, the CIA knows. The basis of any revolution is family. Okay? Even when we were in slavery, we still had family. Were our families broken up and destroyed? Absolutely. But when we could hold on, and we did that. And they knew when that man decided he gonna rise up, guess who else helping him? That wife, she gonna help him. Guess who he gonna teach them kids to do? He gonna teach them kids how to rise up too. And if mama and daddy leave here, guess what? You got to carry it on. Never let up on the enemy. So what did they do? They made sure we never had families again, aka feminism. Now you got people looking at regular families like it's oppression. We are under a massive demonic level of psyop in this country. Okay? Nah, we under freaking attack. There's no having any more revolutions out here. Ain't nobody gonna do that. It's just gonna be a bunch of lone wolves, putting themselves at risk on their own with no team, doing warfare, guerrilla warfare like that if it were to ever be. That's what it would be. But having organized revolutions like we used to have a long time ago, nah, that'll never happen again. Look at how we are here fighting about not even being able to agree on how we should be in our basic relationship. This is insane. But never deal with these women. Never take them serious. Don't take them serious, man. If you know the woman that you're dealing with is a good woman and you can prove it and put your hand on the Lord and say, hey, I know this woman is okay, bad. Salute to you. But outside that, hell no. You gotta prove your work, man.
So, baby, there's this feminist on social media. I'm not gonna call her name. She's been blocked, by the way, Bird. I'm trying to make a point. And supported me. He gets me here, got me the latest phone I'm using to create content, and she's also raising a son, by the way.
Messed up somehow.
So, baby, there's this feminist on social media. I'm not gonna call her name. She's been blocked, by the way, Bird. I'm trying to make a point you all can learn from, like I did, okay? Now, she claims to hate men. If you listen to this lady, you're gonna feel like every single man on the planet is Lucifer in hell, if that makes any sense. She literally gets agitated when you try to remind her to say, see some men. When you're speaking against the ills of men, of course there are men that are mean. Of course there are men that are evil. In that same effect, there are also women that are evil, all right? Now, she says she hates men. She doesn't give a damn about men. No woman can do any wrong in her eyes just as long as the woman did it against the man. And yet, off social media, this lady says this to me in her word. Goddess, I married a human being. No, my husband is a good man. Do you know my in-laws even were stressing me out? My husband sent them out of our home. Goddess, do you know people were trying to talk my husband to stop me from creating content online? My husband went against all of them all and supported me. He gets me here, got me the latest phone I'm using to create content, and she's also raising a son, by the way. But when you hear her speak about men, you're gonna think there's not a single good man on earth. I called, I said, you're becoming too hateful. You're starting to sound very dark. I know that men are crazy, but how would you feel if you're passing somewhere and someone is generalizing all women to be bitches, evil, this, that, right? She was like, well, I'm like, you're married to a good person. Sometimes say something good your husband did for you, just so that other people can be hopeful, understanding that as much as you're against men that hurt women, you also appreciate the men that don't. She's like, well, she did. Bro, my point is, while listening to feminists on social media, please listen with your senses. As soon as it starts going against your humanity values, please know that you're in the wrong field, okay? Wrong is wrong, no matter the gender executing it. Wrong is wrong. This is also why this girls thing is not much of my thing, because again, wrong is wrong. I don't have the level of biasness that is required for me to overlook a wrong just because of the gender involved. If violence is being done against women, it hurts me. If it's being done against men, it will hurt me too, because as a human, I just feel like people shouldn't go through certain things, all right? Feminism is about gender equality. It's not about hating the other. It's not about trying to crumble the other. It's not, bro, yo. Anyway, I come in peace.
Yeah. Sometimes we come in peace, but forget that. It's time to do the warfare, man. I got smoke for everybody. I don't care who it is. Niggas be like, oh. Females be like, oh, you a man's man. No. I'm a man that stands up for freaking right. And I stand against wrong. If I do wrong, shame on me. Nigga. I'm not gonna look for an excuse or a couple of dudes to give me a pass and, you know, deem my foolery okay. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. It's time we grow up and cut this foolishness out, man. We're a freaking laughing stock. Like, literally.
Hey, y'all want to know why men go cold, man? Here you go. Because when we're in love, as a man, everything we do is for our family, for our woman. Y'all are our first priorities. We risk everything. And you will never hear a man say, oh, I just lost myself. We willing to die for y'all. We do 99% of the things that we don't want to do for the betterment of the family, for the betterment of you. We provide the best way we can. We protect the best way we can. We show up emotionally the best way we can, knowing that nobody really give a fuck about us. We just really out here playing Russian roulette, hoping that this time is different. We put our lives on the line for y'all just for a motherfucker to get in their feelings or go off temporary emotions and screw it all up, leave it all. One day just up and leave and say, I lost myself, or I was unhappy for 3 years. And now the whole family destroyed. Everything we did for the union was, well, you were supposed to. No, it's not. No, we are not. Society has to stop saying that, bro. We are not supposed to do nothing. We do it because we love y'all. We love the family. We love to see us succeeding. We are a team. Men are about the we. They'll say, well, you were supposed to do that, other than saying, damn, like, he really do fuck with me. He really do love me. And he really didn't have to do that. Gotta remember that we still humans, bro. We can't even feel safe because when we open up, we looked at like we crazy. Don't let us cry, because if we cry, then you looking at us like we just not manly. Like, y'all will lose respect, you feel me? And we can't complain because we're expected to burn ourselves out for everybody and everything. Can't have boundaries because they'll say you control it. When really you just trying to protect your woman or your family or your peace, your home. We don't get no flowers until we dead, man. And once that click in our head, bro, that's when we go numb. That's when we stop giving a damn.
Exactly. In general, we as men are seen as a walking utility. We like a walking Swiss Army knife. You got to have all of these skills and all of these talents and abilities, not for the benefit of yourself, but for the benefit of some female somewhere that don't even care about you. You know, you just the one around at the moment. Because she's going to have 12 more coming during the week. Like, no. No. I'm not doing that anymore.
Don't shoot the messenger. A lot of women, y'all might not agree, but a lot of us are operating out of survival mode, and we do not understand how to receive a man. When I say this, I'm talking about men that try to cover you, but you confuse it with control. There's a difference between covering and controlling. And because if you didn't have a daddy and you had a daddy, but he was emotionally bankrupt and wasn't really there for you, you will confuse when a man tries to cover you with that he's trying to control you and call him insecure, and he has issues and he has trust issues because you're not used to a man checking on you. You're not used to a man calling you and saying, did you make it there? I thought you said you were going here. How you end up there? You're not used to a man saying, hey, pull that skirt down a little bit. Baby, you got a jacket you can put on? Hey, pull your top up a little bit. You're not used to a daddy telling you, baby, don't wear that. Baby, I thought you said you were going here. Baby, call me when you get there. Let me know you made it. Hey, who you say you was going to be with again? Send me their address. You sure you going to be all right? You sure you want to go to that side of town? Hey, I thought you said you was coming home at 1. It's 3. Baby, you good? Where you at? You're not used to that. You're not used to coverage. So when you're not used to coverage, you'll confuse it with control and you'll start giving pushback. And I had it bad calling my man insecure. You are so insecure. All you want to know is where I'm at and who I'm with and telling me what to wear. And you don't like this person and you don't like that. I had to realize I'm not used to a man giving a fuck. So I confuse it out of survival mode. I'm in combative mode. Leave me alone. Don't try to tell me. You don't run me. You're not my daddy. He should have said, bitch, you didn't have one. But he didn't do that. He gave me a little grace. But at the end of the day, I don't want y'all to keep making the same mistakes that I've been making. So with time comes healing and understanding and wisdom. And I pray that you get wiser to start recognizing things and people that when people try to love you, sometimes we're not receptive to it. And we're not the easiest people to love sometimes either. And as Black women, we operate so much in survival that it's so hard for us to just be like, oh, love me. And rest in the love, right? And so they say there's bad men and there's good men, but I think there's some good men that we have pushed away or that we have not appreciated because we confused their coverage with control. We've confused their consistency with obsession. We've confused their attention with love. We've confused their dominance for you think you run me. You confuse a lot of things. So we're all healing together. So I'm not judging. You don't judge me. We listen and we don't judge. And this is my truth and it's unfiltered. And we're going to interrupt the narrative a little bit. Have a great day.
Nah, we listening and we judging, damn it. That's just as bad as that damn only God can judge me nonsense. Nigga. Why would you want the creator to judge you? Do you, I mean, if you're gonna say that, only God can judge me. What does it say about the Creator judging us in the end? That's not great. Your brothers and sisters, while we here alive, is supposed to judge you. So this whole we listen and we don't judge nonsense, nah, psyop. Psyop. We listen and we don't freaking judge. Boy, if you don't get that dumbass nonsense out of here. If I'm listening to you and you somebody close to me, I'm judging. There's good judgment, there's bad judgment. Okay? You gotta know the difference between the two. These women have no clue what control is. They hear control, oh, bad. They hear rules, bad. They hear leadership, well, he got to be under my control. Now, they love control when it's them doing it. But when it's you doing it, no. This is how you know they got a problem. It's called a rebellion problem. That's called a Jezebel spirit. Crap out of here. Okay? You don't like control when I speak about it. But when it's you controlling me, oh, you good. Nah, you got a problem. You don't like submission when I talk about it, but you want me to bow and kiss your freaking feet and submit to you. That's out of order. How am I bowing to the thing I'm supposed to be protecting? Creator said I'm supposed to treat my woman like I treat my own body, like the Christ, treated the church. That's how I'm supposed to treat my woman. So where in that is the bad? If I have to answer to the Creator for how I treat my woman, ain't nothing higher than that. So that means you're supposed to choose a righteous man, a man that follows behind the Creator, instead of, niggas in the street swinging their 12 inches and 15 and 20, 30 inches around. But nah, we listen and we don't freaking judge. Stupid ass. No. No, ma'am. She's right about one thing. Yeah. You got no daddy. You don't know what the hell protection is. They think buying stuff is provision. No. Buying stuff and paying a bill is not the only provision. Protection is a part of provision. Passing wisdom is a part of provision. Giving instructions is a part of provision. Just teaching you that's providing you with knowledge, making you safe, so you make the right choices through the conversations we have. Like, hell no, man, no. Most of us are fatherless. We suffer equally, but differently. Men suffer in a different way than women do being fatherless. Women suffer in a different way than men do being fatherless. Okay? Women don't have value out here. Why? Because their fathers never gave it to them. It's the father that puts it in the woman to not be a hoe. Your father's supposed to teach you that. Instead, what do we have? We have daughters and grandmamas having hoe talks, talking about, oh, you need to be with 5 and 6 men at the same damn time. Oh, you need to be out here with a pair and a damn spare. Oh, you need to be married and have a dude on the side in case your husband don't do right. But don't let him be cheating though. Call him a cheater every now and again, but then go over there to your man house on the low. This is the junk we deal with out here. I say it because I had to deal with it. Hell no. We listen and we do judge, damn it. Listen and we don't damn judge. This is why we in the trash, nigga. What he did yesterday was wrong. Oh, you can tell me that? Nigga, I just said it. You should not have been over there with that woman's husband. If he a dirtbag, let him be a dirtbag alone. You don't reap no karma from that. Now you got karma all over you. See, when you out here smudging around with other people's husbands and wives, you gotta remember, these people took an oath in front of the Creator. Marriage is a Creator's thing. This has nothing to do with humanity. We were once one person. We got split into two. In order to come back together, we got to go through the Creator, making a promise and a vow. Okay? So, you out here intervening in people's marriages and junk. I don't care if the husband came up to you and said whatever the hell he said. You leave that fool on red. Leave him at his hello. Ain't you married, sir? Yeah. Okay, well, say hello to your wife over there. What the hell you talking to me for? same thing with these women. You know they got a husband at the house doing what he's supposed to freaking do, working and carrying on and taking care of the house. Okay? And even if he wasn't, it's not your place to say, oh, well, you weren't doing what you were supposed to do, so I'm going to step in and do whatever. This is how you get shot. I've seen TikTok after TikTok of lame-ass dude sit in their car and say, well, I'm the side nigga, and I be on the side because dudes don't be doing what they're supposed to do. Now, I guarantee you, all he talking about is some sexual foolery. And this goes back to why you should not be out here getting all these sexual experiences in the first place. Because if you were not out here getting all these damn sexual experiences, you would not have anything to compare them to. Therefore, you would not be missing anything that you would feel like you need to come out here and get from a side nigga. We create our own problems. We create our own pain. We create our own hell. We do. You cannot miss what you never damn had. And this is my point. Crap out of here. No. These dumbass niggas be in the car talking about, oh, I'm giving your wife what you can't. Nigga, if it was you, you'd be talking that junk too. No two men are equal in any way. In any way. This is why you're not supposed to be out here with everybody, because once you try one, you gotta try freaking 50, and it never ends. And it's a never-ending struggle for a woman, because after a while, the more you do, the less you feel. So who's gonna want to be with an unfeeling ass, unpair bondable woman? I don't want to be with that. Especially if you're mentally unstable after all of them dudes. We have a disagreement. Now you back on the phone with freaking Mr. Greensboro, Mr. South Carolina, or Mr. Texas, or Mr. I'm right around the damn corner because I just sold you the weed. Absolutely goddamn not. We got to start talking about our problems out here and exposing these fools with this nonsense. Got a couple more.
If you want to know what a man thinks, don't ask a woman, ask a man. Okay, one of the burning questions that's going on in the dating world. Why don't men want to date single mothers?
You know, a lot of men, this has gone on for a while. A lot of men have dated single mothers, and they've learned a lot of things the hard way. So when a man is weighing whether or not he wants to seriously date and try to get involved with a single woman, he has to say, how much risk is in this for me? And for the man, there's a lot of risk. Okay, so the man is trying to form a relationship with the woman. He's trying to form a relationship with her kids, all right? If things don't go well, he not only loses the woman he was trying to build a relationship with, he loses her kids, okay? Let's imagine things do go well. The woman, when she starts out, she's got kids and she's got a new man. Who's her loyalty to?
Well, the kids.
Okay, the kids have a mommy who's got a new guy. Who is their loyalty to?
Their mommy.
Okay, right. So now this man is in a relationship with 2 or 3 new people, and none of them.
Sometimes more.
Right. He's the priority for none of them, but he's supposed to make all of them his priority. See, it's already unbalanced. And then if their daddy is involved and is still alive, that's another factor that doesn't look like it's going to be a win for this guy.
Yeah. But I mean, there's some women who say, my children are well behaved. And they've seen situations where a man has come in, the woman's gotten remarried, and it's been successful. My children are well behaved. I'm not like some, the baby daddy that's hanging around. There's nothing to worry about with regard to that. I mean, it can work.
It can work, and there are relationships where it does work. But there's a lot more of them, unfortunately, where it doesn't work at all. And when it goes bad spectacularly. And see, the man who is willing to try a relationship like this, he has a big heart. That means he's full of love, right? Yeah. When it crashes and burns, guess who gets their heart broken?
The dad.
Exactly.
The new dad.
Exactly. So for most guys in this year, 2025, it is a thanks but no thanks. There's too much risk.
There you have it.
Like I said, you get nothing out of being in a relationship or a marriage in this era. You get nothing. You get nothing. Nothing as a man. They get everything. They get an extra nigga to help them raise their kids and gloss over their bad choices. They get extra money, extra gifts, extra. And then, don't let them be on this foolery with the multiple men nonsense, because they already got multiple men as you know, as their baby fathers. What's stopping them from continuing that while you there? You just an in-house babysitter. Being there too. It's not worth it. Do not do it. Do not set yourself up to be somebody's do boy, or somebody's in-house babysitter, or some female's in-house security, in case one of her other men finds out she out here scamming everybody and they want to follow her to the house one day. Deanna Haji Jackson. Yeah, we gotta rebuild, mama. We gotta rebuild. We gotta start over, because we out here. We looking bad. We looking bad. We looking real bad. But it starts with families. And if people don't want to have families, it's not going to be that great. Because you got to start from the individual. If you want to be a good family, you know, creator, you have to be a good individual first. And we are seeing from all of these videos that we don't have a lot of good individuals. You know? A lot of times people get in relationships because they don't want to, they cannot stand the idea of being alone with themselves. Dealing with their own thoughts. Not being able to deal with their own feelings, not having mastery of the self. You know, once you have mastered yourself and then you get into a relationship with somebody else who has mastered themselves, that's a wonderful place to be. Then the kids you create, that's a wonderful place to be. You're not being out here with all of these individuals physically and junk. That is a wonderful place to be, because now you're not bringing all of these expectations and comparisons from all of these superhuman dudes that you're being with. You cannot miss what you never had. You know, I taught abstinence to my boys. Whether they listen or not is not on me. I never told my boys to get out here and do no smut nonsense chasing hoes. I never told them that. That's freaking disgusting. Got one more, and that'll be it. Now get off of here.
Okay, guys, there's a post going around where a guy is saying that his baby mama sold his son. His name is V Brown. So in the comments, he's over here posting the text with the baby mama. I guess her name's Aaliyah. He said, "What's Dada doing?" She said, "I just checked on him. He was chilling per usual." He said, "I thought you got him back this week." No, or your sister would have got him when she asked earlier. Stop trying to be funny and fake fish, Vincent. He said, "How am I trying to be funny? Baby mama, I asked you a simple question. I don't talk to my sister every day. I don't know y'all conversation, but enjoy your day, shorty. I don't want no smoke." She said, "Kay, I'm gonna be honest. I surrendered my rights with Bronx NB. I know you're gonna be very upset with me, and I totally understand because I did it behind your back. You're the only one that can get him back. I'll help with whatever lawyer fees, but please, I just want my baby back. I wasn't in the right state of mind when I did it. I was high on a Jelly Bean, I've been so sad every single day. I've been angry, taking it out on everyone. I miss my kids. I did some dumb I just want everything back the way it was. I need my kids, and I know Bronx misses us. I'm so sorry, Vincent. And I don't even do rugs. I just been having the hardest battle of postpartum. And I relapsed. I'm not a rug addict. What? That's crazy way to spell it. I just don't like being sober because I'm sad all the time. And I don't think right when I'm sober. I just want to be numb because if I'm not, I'm overly depressed. I'm just not right in the head right now. And I tried calling out for help. Nobody ever hears me. And I didn't want my kids in a effed up lifestyle because of me. That's very selfish. And I'm just very sorry, Vincent. Please don't put anybody in our business. It won't make the situation better or bring Bronx home. He said, my baby gone, Leah? Why didn't you give him to me? Like, that's my son. How dare you be that inconsiderate? If you couldn't take it, I should have been the first person you gave him to. What is these people number? I want to see my son. You just broke my heart into pieces, bro. What's I supposed to tell my mom and sister when they ask why I ain't seen Bronx? Huh, bro? Didn't you all out here just giving up on life, period, doing jelly beans and I'm salty, Aaliyah. Like, what the bro, what am I supposed to do, Leah? Damn, bro, like, why not give him to me? He was cool here. I would have gave him back if you was honest. Pass my son off to the next person, bro. You just want to be outside with these nothing ABs and chase N-words and get drunk. I'm salty at you, baby mama, no cap. Bruh, talk to me tomorrow. Is that what that, guys? You at least owe me that, bruh. She said, I don't even be outside. That's why I couldn't get comfortable telling you, because you were going to think of other when I'm really going through something. It's not about outside. I don't even go outside. Everybody knows that. I'm sorry, Vincent. I knew you'd be upset. I'm very sorry. I probably won't ever see my kids again. He said, bro, you hurt me with this. Why didn't you give him back to me? Can I have the people number? I want to talk to them. I need to see my son, Aaliyah. She says I did it because it was going to be controlling. You were going to have him around whoever you wanted to. You were going to go against everything I said if you got in full custody. So we give him to random people? What the You still have rights to him. You're the father, and you weren't aware of me doing that. So by law, you have the rights, and yes, you can have all their information. But I don't want you going off on them and scaring them. Then we can't see him or pictures of him. So the text ends there, and he says, I've been holding on to this for a while. I didn't want to put nobody in my business because this embarrassing as F. Like, this B really sold my son, and this ain't her first time doing this. This B lied about so much, it's crazy. This B sell kids to adoption agencies for money, on my soul. Does it work that way? I don't think you can just trade your kid to an adoption agency for money. This B got me kicked out of the hospital before I can sign his birth certificate. This is just getting sadder and sadder. I ain't never in my life been through no like this, bro. And these people not trying to give me my son back. I've done contacted all type of lawyers out of this county, and nobody will help me because of conflict of interest. This get to me every day, but I try to place a smile to keep from really crashing. This the first baby she sold. Told me she was a surrogate for the family. Nope, she put the baby daddy in jail and sold the baby. This is nuts. Not to do the race thing, but I hate when a black kid ends up in a white family. I just don't think it culturally works out. Y'all remember this last year? Couple gets sentenced to hundreds of years in prison for forcing adopted black children to work as slaves. I'm not saying that they're gonna do it. I'm not saying that they're gonna do that, but it's just one of those things when we look at this kind of stuff. Supposedly they took the picture down now. I guess everybody went over there. This B at home living her best life with the next N-word, about to do him the same way. Lord save that man. Like, you really gave this baby to some white people for some money, B. You need to be sold. Oh my God. Aww. You sold my son, gang, you foul as F. Oh my God, this is sad. Somebody said, and this post is exactly why she did what she did. You talking about coming to you and trusting you when she's most vulnerable, but you got her business all on Facebook, which shows you not and was never going to be understanding to what she got going on. Y'all live for the internet too much. Oh, there's women on here defending her. Why is it women taking up for her when giving the child to the father was 100% an option instead of giving the child away to another family? Y'all be trying to sympathize with people based off your own experiences, but sometimes people don't deserve your sympathy, especially if she did this with another kid before too. It's a pattern. I do think that when it comes to your personal relationship issues, you shouldn't bring it online. I don't know how it's going to help, But also, if you're a part of the story, then it's also your story to tell, and maybe he just doesn't know what else to do. Sold? Sold how? Like, adoptions are two people who's gonna do your child wrong. So guys, I guess V is from Ohio, and he makes a post about why he's saying the child was sold. So there's this place called Adoption Link Incorporated, and he's pointing down here. Birth mothers are entitled to receive up to $6,000 for living expenses such as rent, utilities, food, transportation, and maternity clothes. We serve birth parents throughout the United States. Wouldn't that mean that I could just have a kid and then give it up for adoption and receive $6,000? It almost sounds like selling. So guys, I just called them and they said it's basically a reimbursement thing. So basically the mother can bring them receipts of rent, utilities, food, etc. and then they'll pay her back for whatever she spent. This doesn't sound like selling to me. If she had to give up both of her kids, it seems like she wasn't getting financially supported and she was obviously going through something. Now guys, I found the mother. This is Aaliyah. If you look here, it says 3 years ago, I gave birth to the greatest, the biggest B. The biggest B just turned 3. See, remember in the text, she gave up the rights of Bronx and B. So Bronx is the kid he had with her. She went online and said, I don't gotta explain to not one B or an N-word on this earth. I have receipts. Vincent, which is V, needs to post everything. Vincent knew about me and the lady having meetings way before this even happened. I have messages of me blowing his phone up asking for help before I made my decision, and he said F us to lay up with you B words, so ask him why his son really not here. MFers always thinking that mentally unstable a game till MFers act on it. He didn't take me seriously and I repeatedly gave you a cry out for help. I can admit I have done some wrongs, but I'll never say sorry for blessing them babies with a better life instead of going unstable and failing them. Y'all are nobody to prove anything to. Vincent just asked me for money earlier, then quietly exposed our son's business for the wrong attention. N-words wanted to live their best life and leave me with the baby, then go on here and play victim. I'll let you ruin my life for 2 years. I love Bronx, and that's the only MF I owe an explanation to. She said I laid on the operating table for our son, and 2 hours later you was screaming, calling me out my name, and threatening nurses to call the police if they want you out. So they had you removed. I never had him kicked out the hospital on purpose. I asked him nicely to help me clean up once we were discharged, and he went off saying nobody gonna tell him what to do, but this a grown man pushing 40, and I'm cut open from a C-section, and I still gotta ask you for help once I leave the hospital? I will call the hospital and record the call. I tell no lies. You got on here victimizing yourself about some that can be proven false. I'm highly confused why the ones I reached out to for help are even having an opinion on this when y'all wasn't there either, just like him. If you gonna do it, then do it. Stop texting me about it, was a MFer's response when I told him the meeting with the lady coming up. You thought everything was just all talk instead of really listening to me, instead of worried about laying up. Then soon as Bronx gone, you want to fake shed tears and act like you cared when I got proof for days of you saying F us, so miss me with that victim and F whoever ain't with me. You can unalive with that N-word. I ain't sparing nobody anymore. And to be honest, I should have never let you around at the end of the pregnancy to begin with. Vincent did his big one. The whole pregnancy, even when I had nowhere to go, pregnant with his baby, he did not want me staying with him. He asked me for money and FB words my whole pregnancy. Left me in a heated apartment while he was out effing, knowing I was high risk. The day I was flighted to Dayton Hospital in preterm labor, you blocked me to go F because you didn't want to sit at the hospital. Vincent, if she drops these receipts on you, it's going to be crazy. You was never there or considerate of me and the baby up until you didn't want to pay rent at your apartment anymore, and the moment you needed somewhere to go was when you fake gave a F, and even then I was doing everything pregnant as F and high risk. You are nothing but a liar, user, and manipulative as F. Hurt people. Tell the MF truth and post me blowing that phone up for help. It's the principle. Tell everybody everything that happened up until this. Vincent is not a victim, never was, and never will be. You always thought it was funny giving the next MF a laugh, out of my pain. Then wonder where all this madness came from, boy, F you. Oh my God. Vincent says tell that girl post one message of her crying out for help to me, and I told her no or F her or anything in that nature. It doesn't exist. This is crazy. Okay guys, right now we're kind of waiting for these receipts. I think this could have been really simple. He could have just been like, hey, my baby mama was going through it and she ended up giving up my kid, and now I can't get custody from whoever adopted my son. da 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 da, please help or something. I don't know. This could have been simpler, bro. I don't think that she gave up her kid for money. I don't know. What do you think? Okay, guys, this story ends here. As I always say, what do you think about this?
Guys, we're at 2.2 million followers. I never thought that I'll be hanging out with you guys, being a content creator, and now we're streamers and we watch the videos together.
Now, do we see the disgustingness of all of that? It's bad the woman was going through what she was going through. It's bad. But just like I said, you attract what you are. There were two degenerates, and they came together and created a innocent life that they were going to ruin, guaranteed. She was going to ruin it, doing drugs and smudging herself out, and he was going to help ruin the kid by being a man-hoe and not being stable and steady on, on his part. Some people just do not need the ability to reproduce. I'm just saying. All of this is disgusting. All of it. Every bit of it. We as men, we got to master the self. All of the stories we have about these crazy women we deal with, or how we made bad decisions based off some feelings because, we were not man enough to deal with what we had inside. All of this needs to come under control. We should get on here and tell our stories. Tell your story. Talk about it. Let people know what you went through, what went on. Build you a circle of brothers that can help you get through whatever the hell you need to get through and get over whatever it is you need to get through so you can build and create something great for yourself. That's what we need to do. But outside that, I think we're going to enter into a phase of childlessness. Maybe 10 or 20 years with extremely low birth rates. And I think that's where we need to go. Because no more children need to be born in this type of situation. It's never going to get better. I say if you know some kids that need parents, adopt them kids. If you need one that bad. But outside that, like, share, subscribe.
We need the woman there with the dignity. Papa. We need the woman there with the dignity. Papa. We need the woman there with the dignity. The woman when I give away her body for free. Not the dollars or no property. Dignity. We need the woman there with the dignity. The woman when I give away her body for free. Not the dollars or no property. Dignity.
All right. Gotta build this channel up. Gotta figure out what I need to do to, get me back on. Get me up. Maybe a couple of thousand. Seems impossible. But I've seen other individuals do it, so maybe it's possible for me too. Either way, thank you all for listening to me rant and rave about how we should behave budge. Alright. Got to get out of here. I'm going to say good night. Peace.
Everybody gangsta, but we never see you flexing on your true enemies. Hey, I forgive myself for what I've been to do to you. No more depending on the ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. I call upon the spirit of the beast sleeping inside our people to awaken. I call for the spirit of warfare to come sit upon the south side. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I needed to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. All of your tricks, all of your schemes, evil dreams, and all of your lies, all of your murdering my people in the scheme of things just seems to be buying us time. Time to repair, prepare, and shake this irrational fear of you. Time for us to shave our hair to prepare for the final fight with you. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. Murder is your pleasure, kill for less. A devil tester, evil just a nigga blesser. Always running with the beast. Whenever you get around, bullets flying, people dying, baby crying. Hear the siren, all destruction must increase. Government cooperation and alignment. Your assignment is to murder all the people of originality. You are never to be trusted. So disgusting is your presence. Manchurian candidate will destroy new society. Everybody gangsta, but we never see you flexing on your true enemies. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I needed to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decide